A portrait of the Canadian criminal justice system, structure and trends, an overview of policing, courts, corrections, and case flow patterns. Today we begin with an overview of the Canadian criminal justice system, focusing on its core institutions, police, courts, and corrections. This presentation provides national-level statistics and describes the structure and trends within the system. While we focus on broad patterns, it's important to remember that local contexts in provinces and territories may vary, and additional resources are available for those interested. Canada's policing is complex with multiple layers. The RCMP serves as the national police, with responsibilities including national security and organized crime. Some provinces maintain their own police forces, while the majority contract with the RCMP. Municipal and Indigenous services form a substantial part of policing, with diverse jurisdictions. Police personnel in Canada comprises both sworn officers and civilian staff. The number of sworn officers per capita has modestly declined since 2011, but there's growth in civilian roles that offsets this. There's been notable progress in gender and ethnic representation in police forces, reflecting broader social changes in Canada. The financial investment into policing has grown significantly over 2 decades, reflecting increased demands and complexities in policing. The majority of the budget supports personnel costs, emphasizing the labor-intensive nature of policing activities. Canada's court system is hierarchical. Most criminal cases start in lower courts, with serious offenses and appeals progressing to superior courts and potentially the Supreme Court. The bulk of court expenditures are absorbed by provincial courts, reflecting their central role in the justice system. The judiciary's costs have steadily increased, paralleling inflation and expanding workloads. The majority of resources are dedicated to provincial courts, which manage the vast volume of criminal cases across the country. The corrections system splits responsibility based on sentence length. Federal authorities manage longer terms, including custody and parole, while provinces oversee shorter sentences and probation. Both institutional incarceration and community corrections are essential components in offender management. Corrections represent a major criminal justice cost driver. Most funds go to institutional custody, which is more resource intensive than community supervision. Costs reflect the complexity of safety and effectively managing offenders both inside facilities and in the community. The journey of a criminal case is not linear. It's characterized by numerous decision points and varied outcomes. While laws and procedures structures the process, much depends on decisions made by police, prosecutors, and defense at various stages, sometimes resulting in cases resolving outside court trials. The criminal justice system filters cases extensively. Many offenses never advance to court due to unreported crimes, police assessments, or even legal decisions. This filtering ensures courts focus on cases most suited for formal legal resolution, but also reveals the limited reach of the system over all criminal behavior. Only a small proportion of crimes lead to formal conviction and sentencing, underscoring the significant attrition within the justice system. Many offenses go unresolved at various points, highlighting the limits of court-based interventions and the importance of alternative approaches. Attrition is influenced by many subjective and systemic factors, including public willingness to report crime, police investigations, and prosecutorial policies. Legal negotiations and resource constraints also shape where the cases proceed, culminating in diverse pathways through the system. In summarizing these institutions, we see a layered and interdependent system. Each institution plays a critical role in managing crime and offenders. The system's complexity allows for flexibility, but also poses challenges in efficiency and fairness. The police services have shifted towards greater inclusivity and diversified staffing models. This evolution aligns with contemporary expectations for representative law enforcement and adapting to changing community needs. Financial trends show rising investments in policing and courts, largely driven by salaries and increased service requirements. As expenditures climb, balancing resource allocation without compromising effectiveness remains a key concern. Corrections costs are rising amid pressures from expanding populations and complex offender needs. Institutional care is costly, and the system aims to improve rehabilitation outcomes while managing public safety and financial constraints. Discretion and informal arrangements introduce flexibility and efficiency, but also variability. Understanding these dynamics is critical to comprehending case outcomes and the justice system's responsiveness. The filtering mechanism has significant implications for justice delivery. While necessary for system function, it highlights disparities in who faces sanctions and the need for diverse approaches to crime management outside courtrooms. Future research should focus on granular data collection, evaluating institutional reforms, and innovations in case management. Understanding system dynamics aids in improving justice delivery and policy effectiveness. In closing, Canada's criminal justice system balances varied demands with limited resources. By understanding its structure, trends, and challenges, stakeholders can work towards reforms that enhance fairness, efficiency, and public trust in the system. Thanks.